Hi everybody, welcome to Carl's Off the Grid. 2024 kept us super busy at the cabin, and this video is going to show you some of the activities and projects that we did there.
Hey guys, before we get too far into today's video, I'd like to thank our one of our sponsors, Wild Badger. If you remember last year, I did a video for them on battery-operated Snowthrower. Last year, they gave me a great Snowthrower to use, and it worked exceptionally great. And unfortunately, that one disappeared, and I contacted them, and they were able to send me out a second one. This will be the second season that I've used this. It has remarkable power. It's very light, and some of the benefits of going to a battery-operated Snowthrower are you don't have to worry about any stinky gas or oil to clean up after, and you have immediate power. And speaking of immediate power, this year they agreed to give us two 40-watt batteries to power this Snowthrower, so that you wouldn't have to have any downtime waiting for batteries to charge. It's as simple as opening up this power source. You insert one battery into the power unit, the other battery goes into dry storage, and we're ready to go. Check out how easy this thing is to operate. When you operate this machine, it's as simple as pressing the on button in and pulling the handle back, and the Snowthrower turns on. I'm going to turn it off right away so that you guys can hear me, but to power the chute, it's as simple as just moving this lever back and forth, and you can adjust the height of how high your snow throws out by adjusting the chute on the top as well. Guys, I'd really like to encourage you, if you are in the market for a Snowthrower, go ahead and support Wild Badger. I'll leave a link in the video description, and if you would, check out their Snowthrowers. I love it. They offered to give me a snow broom, and I'm kind of regretting the fact that I didn't take the opportunity to grab that. But like I said, my other Snowthrower disappeared. So, all right, let's get back to the video. All right, guys, I am going to give you the shortened version of how I'm hanging this door, because my battery's about dead, and it's not real hard, so I'm just going to keep it simple. But in the last video when I worked on this, I was very particular about how I framed out the door, and I made sure that I left maybe about a 1/4 inch gap on all sides so that the door would just slide in. I slid my door into place. Everything's level. You can see already the door, when I go to close it, it just automatically shuts right away because everything's perfectly level. And then simply what I've done is on the door hinges, which I have 3. I don't know this to be the right way because I'm a plumber, not a carpenter, but I went ahead and I removed the screw from each one of the hinges, and then I take a 3.5 inch screw and I screwed it right into the frame itself, and everything seemed to turn out perfect with that. All right, here we are on the inside of the shower house, and I'm just checking all the gaps to make sure that they're all pretty much the same and that I don't have any bulges or problems anywhere where it shouldn't be. So what I've been doing in past doors, and I'll probably follow suit with this door, is right where we have this weather stripping here, right behind here, I'm going to peel this back, and I'll set some screws back into the rough framing, and then I'll also put some shims in there so that I don't draw that gap in any tighter. I want that gap to stay consistent all the way down. And so I'll actually screw it in 3 different spots, once at the top, once in the middle, and then once at the bottom. And then once it's all screwed into place with the shims in place, I'll break the shims off. And then that door is ready for insulation. Midway through February, and it's hard to believe that it's been as warm as it has been here. On the weekends, oddly enough, it drops to like close to 0 degrees. But middle of the week, it's been warming up to 40, 45 degrees. So I know this is extremely early in Wisconsin to be tapping trees, but I just want to give it a whirl. You know, all the weather conditions are perfect. When it is below freezing at night and well above freezing during the day, usually that's time to go ahead and collect the sap. Sure. You get all your shavings out, and then it's just a matter of tapping your spile in. All that I did is I picked up like $40 worth of masonry block and stacked it 3 courses high, and then I put a decorative block on the top. And on one of the blocks, I knocked the outside wall out and then stacked these up. So, you know, as these are hollow, so that's going to act as our chimney. And all that we're going to do is we'll have 2 6-inch pans that I picked up from a restaurant supply company. I think they were normally like $25 a pan, and I paid the guy cash, so he gave them to me for 20 bucks a pan. All right, we are back at home. So we have our handy dandy flask and a ladle, and we're going to go ahead and put the sap in here until we're about 2 inches from the top. And we're going to place this in the flask. Ooh, I just burnt myself. And we want this to be buoyant somewhere in between these 2 red lines right here and here. So we go ahead and put it in there, and there we are. See how the one red line is still up in the air?
Right in the middle.
We're perfectly in the middle, which tells me this sap is now completely done, and we have syrup. So if you remember, about 2 weeks ago, I went ahead and I put in a concrete base. So you guys know I don't sugarcoat anything. The instructions at best are comparable to IKEA instructions. So if you ever bought anything from IKEA, you know what I mean. It's just pretty much pictures with the alphabet on it, and that's it. Let's go up to the brains of the outfit, and I'll show you what we have controlling these panels. Just wanted to show you basically how easy it is. There's a display down here that tells you what mode you're in. It has the ability to track the sun by itself. You don't have to do anything. You just put it in the automatic mode, and it'll go ahead and follow the sun as needed. Overall, I gotta tell you, I've been pretty darn impressed with the system that EcoWorthy has, and you know, I made a few improvements to the wiring and everything's working great. I'm just fortunate enough that I did my research, got a little help from some friends, and basically I installed this today by myself, and it took about 4 hours. And probably the hardest thing to do was to actually mount the solar panels. And the solar panels are separate. Those are mine. They did not come with this system. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. So today's video, we are going to go ahead and install the shower stall. You can see I put a generous amount of concrete down in the center to be a good support. And then right up there where the hole goes through for the drain, I put a bunch of concrete around that too. And that's, like I said earlier, that's there to keep rodents out. We don't want porcupines, mice, or chipmunks, or squirrels, or any of that good stuff. Skunks, we got it all up here. We don't want them chewing through and making a nest down there. Okay, we're just about on. This back is just a little bit high. And so a little trick that I've learned is if you just get in the base and give her a little wiggle like you're dancing, that bubble came right down. We're perfectly level. Okay, that's the last screw. The whole shower surround is in. A couple things that I didn't mention earlier, but I will mention here, is this nailing flange. The space on those bolts should probably be about 12 inches to 18 inches, depending upon what you have. Obviously in the top they're going to be 16 inches apart because that's what the stud wall is. But this is secure and ready to go. We're going to want to give that concrete base 24 hours to cure before we step inside the shower stall, but that'll really make things firm. And then the other thing which I didn't address, but if you're installing this inside your home or inside your cabin, you'd want to put insulation in that stud wall. And then not only would you put insulation in there, but then you would put a vapor barrier outside of it, in between the shower wall and that insulation, so that you don't get mold or mildew growing. Right, you guys, along with all the changes that's happened here with the landscaping at the cabin, we have had a huge change in the channel. And one of our friends, and actually I met her through Margaret.
We've been friends for, I don't want to say how old I am, but lots and lots and lots and lots of years. We're teenagers.
She has great artistic qualities, and she offered to make a new logo for the channel. We've been looking for this for quite some time.
She's a really talented graphic designer.
And we just wanted to recognize her and thank her in this video for her efforts. If you notice, when my videos come up now, the logo is different, and we're excited to have this. And we've talked about it. A couple of people over the years, we always said we didn't want this channel to be about, money or anything. It was just about the fun of it. But enough people have taken interest in the channel that they would like to possibly have t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, things of that nature. And
so maybe,
the possibility is there. Let us know what you think in the comments. You can see we are hard at work here. Just an old camper's trick. We are making improvements to our fire pit. If you've ever been sitting around a campfire, you notice smoke always goes to the high point, and that always seems to be by one lucky person. And with our fire pit, we have it up against this cliff right here, because that cliff is what actually draws the smoke away from us. So we're going to use all these stones that we have in the trailer and everything that we've been collecting around the fire pit here, and we're going to do something to kind of decorate this wall. All right, you guys, what do you think? I am boiling. I think I'm going to take a nice long shower tonight. Now we've got this whole huge parking space that's been pushed out with a skid steer. So now I'll be able to park my plow truck back in here and give the home a little bit of a cleaner appearance, or the cabin a little bit of a clearer appearance. And I'm thinking there might even be a spot for the evaporator for maple syrup to be pushed over here. Ooh, I'm in my socks. I just stepped in some water. That woke me up. But thank you so much for being with us today on our video. Even with the setbacks that we had this year with the county, we still got a lot of things accomplished. I really appreciate the support you guys give the channel. So we're kind of patiently waiting for maple syrup season to come up here. Hopefully that'll happen pretty quick, and hopefully we start getting some warmer temperatures. This lack of snow that we've had this year really hurt the economy. It really hurt the amount of things I wanted to do here at the cabin, oddly enough. But here we are. So look forward to this next year, and I can't wait to see what it brings. We'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid.